Hey you guys, and welcome back to the Lindsay Live. Shanina here. Hello to all of my new subscribers, and thank you for support of those have that's been rocking with me for a minute. So today I'm cooking dinner, and on today's menu is lasagna. I haven't made lasagna in a very long time, so I'm pretty excited to make it today. Let me share with you guys the ingredients that I plan on using in my lasagna today. I have 4 pounds of meat here. It is 3 pounds of ground turkey meat mixed with 1 pound of ground sausage. I've already browned it and seasoned it. The seasonings that I used was parsley, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning. Will also be using onions, peppers, well, green bell peppers, and mushrooms. This is about a medium-sized sweet Vidalia onion. This is one whole green pepper and a small can of mushrooms. I will also be using a 3.8 ounce can of sliced black olives. I will also be using the ragu traditional style spaghetti sauce. I will also be using, for the very first time, a Dollar Tree item, which is the Columbia oven ready lasagna. It says no boiling required, so I'm excited to try that out. I've never made lasagna without boiling the noodles first, so this is definitely going to be a first for me. I also will be using ricotta cheese. This is about, I believe it's about 4 pounds of ricotta cheese. I'm not really sure. I threw the container in the trash, but I think it's about 4 pounds. And then I've also got some Parmesan shredded cheese that I had left over from when we had shrimp Alfredo. So I've got that in here. I've got 1 egg in here, and then I've got some garlic powder and parsley. And of course, I will be using other cheeses. So the other cheeses that I will be using today is the mozzarella cheese, Velveeta cheese, and regular sharp cheddar cheese. So let's get started. Oh, another thing I'll also be using is this baking pan right here. I'm not sure what size it is, to be honest with you guys, but I sprayed it down with some Pam for the non-stick factor. So let's get started. Okay, so I've got my pan here that I cooked my meat in, and I've drained the meat. And now what I'm going to do is add in my vegetables to the pan. I'm not adding any more oil to the pan because there was some oil left over from the meat. So I'm just going to cook this down just a little bit because I don't like my lasagna to be watery. I find that if you do it this way, then this will cook out some of the water in the vegetables, and it'll keep your lasagna from being watery when you bake it. So I'm just going to brown this up or cook it down a little bit, and then I'm going to add my meat back to it. So I've added my meat in with the vegetables. I did add my can of black olives in here. So right now we have a family of 5. And if this is too much meat for you guys, if you have a smaller family, then what you can do is you can break this in half, and you can also use the mixture for spaghetti night. So anything that's left over will be going in the freezer that we don't use in our lasagna, and then, you know, one night for spaghetti night, then we'll just use the remainder of it. Alright, so I'm just going to cut the heat off here, and then I'm going to get my ricotta mixture and mix that up, and then we're going to start layering. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna take some of this spaghetti sauce here and just kind of, without splashing it everywhere, just kind of coat the bottom with it. I've sprayed the pan with Pam non-cooking spray, so just gonna add a little bit more here. All right, so for the first layer, I'm just gonna grab some of my noodles here. They're all kind of broken up, which is okay. They've been through some things since we've moved, so it's fine. So we're just gonna put a few pieces on the bottom here to make sure our pan is covered. Then I'm going to take some meat sauce, or not meat sauce, but our meat, and I'm just going to put it on the bottom here. Make sure it is fully covered at the bottom. Then I'm gonna take some of the mozzarella cheese and I'm going to put that at the bottom as well. I'm also going to take some of the cheddar cheese and layer that. And we're just going to pretty much repeat the steps on this layer. I'm going to put the ricotta cheese on here, so we'll just line up some noodles here, and these are no bake noodles, so I'm praying that this turns out okay and that the noodles aren't hard or anything like that. So I'm just gonna put some spaghetti sauce on here like that. Then I'm just gonna grab a spoon to kind of spread it out just a little bit here. And just put that right there. Then I'm gonna put another layer of meat on here. I've seen videos where some of the moms make this as a freezer dish. I've actually never tried that before, so one day I may go ahead and try that. Now, because this is somewhat of a not so much of a deep pan, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my ricotta cheese and just kind of throw it on top here, and then just kind of work it into the meat. So I'm just gonna kind of push that down in there, just a little bit here, or a lot rather, because I don't want this to overflow too much. So I'm just gonna kind of push it down into our meat and sauce mixture here. So, and of course you don't have to use as much as I did. I just grabbed the one that was on sale, and it just happens to be a big one. So now I'm going to take some noodles here, but I'm gonna push down. And pretty much all of the rest of our noodles, there weren't many in the box, so. And I'm just gonna kind of press down like that. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is I am going to take Actually, I'm going to take some more meat mixture here and kind of press that down as I'm layering it on. Let's see, I don't have a deeper pan, but that's okay. We'll make it work. All right. And so then after I get the meat, that's too big, so we'll just grab another little spoonful here. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Velveeta cheese and I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top. And this is an 8-ounce bag of cheese. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on the top like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take just a little bit more sauce to pour over that, like this. And I kind of did it backwards, but it's okay because it'll still taste great. And I'm just going to take my spoon here to kind of smooth that over just a little bit. Like that. Then I'm going to take some more of the mozzarella cheese. And what I'm going to do is, I just thought about it, I'm actually going to cook the rest of the sauce in a separate pan just in case anyone wants extra sauce. And I'm going to add, put the rest of the ground beef and sausage, or ground turkey and sausage mixture into a freezer bag, and then I'm going to freeze that for one night when we have spaghetti. This will be something fun to do with your kids in the kitchen. It's something that you can kind of pre-cook everything pretty much and then let the kids just layer it up. All right, so now I'm going to take some cheddar cheese here. And I am also going to sprinkle some more of that on top. Like that. And then, just as an extra thing to do, you guys don't have to do this. This is just something that I just thought of in my head while I was putting this together. I've got some grated Parmesan cheese and garlic powder, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some of that on top like that. And I'm gonna take some of my garlic powder, put that on top, and then I'm also gonna add a little bit of parsley on top of that as well. I've got my oven preheated to 375. You only wanna cook it long enough until the cheese starts boiling, bubbly brown, and then it should be finished. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm just gonna wrap it in some foil, stick it in the oven, and then I will show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, you guys, so here is the finished product. I left it in the oven for about, let's see, I put it in at 2:30 and it's now 4 o'clock. I know that that's a long time, but I didn't have my oven turned up really, really high. So it did cook. Looks really, really good. And then I also fixed a side of spaghetti sauce. I kind of zhuzhed it up a little bit with garlic powder, Parmesan cheese, parsley, salt and pepper. And that is dinner.